Okay, maybe I just have to hunch over slightly. Okay. Alright. Here is next great justice. Twice, we have done Lakitu Valley. Next time, this time, is going to be Cheap Cheap Falls. Where is my... This is called Ready Player 2, the sequel to Steven Spielberg's latest masterpiece. Actually, we have to do the wah. Let's see. Okay, this should be Cheap Cheap. If I can tell by the music if it's Cheap Cheap normal tournament. Okay, chat responsibly because I can't see what you're saying. Chat responsibly. Okay, this is the correct music. Alright, good, good. Do. Okay, so by my understanding, the game will drive me, it'll put me relatively, like, in the center or slightly left of center of the fairway. So, you know what? I need to be able to hear my TV better, so we'll pause so that I don't know what's going on. Okay, pause mode. Where's my volume remote? There we go, much better. Okay, there we go. Alright, test. Okay. Alright, we need to channel the chi here. I need to get the timing down reasonably well so that I can get the most power out of my shots that I can, because otherwise these long par 4s are going to be extremely difficult to birdie. Okay. It's going to give me a driver off the tee, obviously. So, I'm going to be using auto shots because, well, trying to do the timing both ways, fucking impossible. So, let's see. Just do a little bit more auditory calibration here. Alright, just before Waluigi makes noise, I have to press A. Okay. I think that's a little early. Okay. I have no idea where I am. No idea where I am. Let's see. What club is it going to give me? That's the first thing we have to figure out. Can't go up anymore, so it's giving me the driver. Alright, next to determine is, what sort of lie are we? Now, if I'm in a bad lie, then that means that the meter shrinks. And if the meter shrinks, then that means Waluigi will make noise sooner. And if that's the case, then I have to time myself sooner, and I should be slightly concerned, because there's potential that the impact zone is a little bit shorter. And thus, there's a possibility auto could fail. Okay. It's hard to tell, really, but I might be... I'm not in rough. I'm fairly sure of that. Because this is a wide fairway. So, I don't think I'm in a perfectly flat lie. But we'll see here. Okay. So that landing sounded like I still landed on fairway and not like in rough or anything else like that. Okay, so the next thing to determine is proximity. Okay, so let's toggle clubs until we figure this out. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. So that means I'm pretty darn close. Okay. Alright. Let's see, pitching... Oh wait, approach pitching... approach pitching 987... Approach pitching 987, 654, 3, 4... Wait, pitching approach... Pitching approach, 987... Pitching approach, 987, 6, 5, 4, 3. I had a sandwich. Okay. Alright. Now, I have to figure out if this is an approach or not. So, I'm gonna count distance-wise, because if it's not an approach, then that means I'm gonna be given a full shot. But if I have an approach distance, then I'm not gonna have a full shot. So, that's another test. Okay, so this is pretty much a full shot. So I have to, like, time this as if it was a full shot, and then just go off of faith. Let's see. Okay. This is interesting. I'm gonna make the assumption that I will underhit slightly, since, in theory, if I had 2 perfect shots with the driver, I should be on the green, or closer to the green. So I'm going to artificially add distance by holding up while I make the shot. So, here goes. Hey, Lamau, pin shot. Okay, par putt. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Okay. 14 clicks. So that suggests to me that this is not a long putt, especially if there was a bounce and then a pin shot and then it glanced off. There must not be much wind either, because with a chip that long, it would suggest to me that I would not have hit the flat. I would not have hit the pin. So we might have actually been lucky and not gotten any wind on this hole. There is a chance that I can have wind up to 2 meters per second, you know, going one way or the other. So, I'm gonna do like a half shot here. You know, it's better to be slightly aggressive than to, like, come up short. Okay. So I'm still at least 3 feet away, or 1 meter away. Because otherwise Waluigi would have growled. He would have gruntled. Alright, this is a tap-in. Bogey! Okay. Not horrible. Alright, cutoff here is +4, so not the worst thing. Okay. Okay, hole 2. Now, the way that this contours, the fairway's a little weird. Initially, the fairway, like, the left half kind of banks sharply leftward, and the right is more or less flat. And then after there's like a sharp upward slope there, then it's the right that sort of curves off. So, I'm not going to start burning power shots yet until I'm a little more confident with my timing. So, I'm actually going to adjust my initial aim slightly rightward, so that I have a better chance of landing on good ground, in the event that I do get a reasonable drive here. So, let's see. This should be fairly close to full power. It sounds like there's a fair, decent bit of hang time before that ball hits the ground. Okay, so next is proximity by club. Interesting. I must have gotten a lot out of that, because 7 clicks means I had a 7-iron in my bag. Okay. Yeah, that's the easy formula. If you have an iron, then if you have an iron, then it's that many clicks going up until you get to the driver. And that works because there are 3 woods in your bag in front of your 3-iron. So then logically, going further down, that's, you know, 4-iron means you're 4 from the driver and so on. So 7-iron. Interesting. Okay. That's actually that was almost full power on my drive then, because this hole is like 320 yards from the front tees. And so, by my estimation, if I mustered 190 yards off the tee, then that would have left about 130, which, I mean, that would have actually been more like 6-iron distance, this 5 or 6-iron distance, so I must have gone quite a bit out of my drive. Either, you know, either the auto accuracy missed, or I maybe missed by like 2 or 3 frames. Okay, anyways, without a whole lot more dilly-dallying. Alright, that was a little more power than I wanted, so I'm gonna soften this ball by holding down. Alright, we're on the green. Okay. Now, unfortunately, there might be slope here that I have no idea where it can go. I mean, literally, the way that the green is contoured, depending on where you are, you could be having to adjust, you know, it'll go either leftward or it could go rightward. So, I'm not going to make any aim adjustment. Distance control is the priority here, because either way, it's not going to move too much. $28. Okay, so this is almost full power. Almost full. As in, you know, like, the full putting meter on, you know, normal conditions is 3/4 the meter. And so then, where I was at was probably about half. So, let's try something slightly bigger than a half shot. Okay, I'm still a slight ways away, like at least 3 feet, but hopefully not much more than that. Interesting. I must have undercooked that. Okay. Okay, that means I'm close. So there probably was some slope at play. Now, just because I succeeded at Lakitu Valley doesn't mean that my chances here will be quite as good, and for multiple reasons. One is that the greens slope quite a bit more than they do in Lakitu Valley, on average, so unless I am close or I have a relatively inspired guess, I probably won't sink my putt. Another is that the holes are generally longer, so I need more power out of every shot that I can get, and, you know, make relatively good guesses. So, yeah, this is a lot harder than Lakitu Valley was, at least from a blind perspective. Alright, hole 3. Okay. So, now, if I have back right flag, then that means I'll be given a 3-wood, which is too long. If I have the front flag, then I'm given a 4-wood. Let's test out and see which one I have. Okay, so front flag. Nice. Alright, so I need to estimate somewhere probably about 3 frames short of full power, and if I get fairly close to full power, then I'll do something to, like, sort of reduce the power, like, by maybe doing a high shot or something to that effect. Alright, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna have faith here. I'll probably be close. Oh. If I'm on the green, that means I cannot be far away, because this was front flag. Okay. So this is another one of those half-like sort of shots. I have this feeling, though, that if I ended up catching, like, you know, the left side, then that's going to be a really weird putt. Otherwise, this is a shoe-in. A shoe-in birdie. I just have to hit aggressively enough. What's the worst that can happen, right? Sweet! Hey, Lamau, guys! That is a birdie without the ability to see. Grade A. Alright. Hole 4. This is where things get kind of interesting because there's plenty of trees to work with. And if I don't have 3 relatively powerful shots, then I just won't have green in regulation. Also, I'll have almost no indication as to whether the trees are in my way or not. So I kind of have to use my intuition based on how much power my shot had. If I lose some power on my hit, then that means my shot might have more room to maneuver around the trees and I won't have to intervene too much. But if I do hit with a lot of power, then I'll probably do like a sort of a lower shot so that I control the distance better. Hard to tell, really. Hard to tell. Okay. Let's see what club I'm given. Driver. Okay. Alright. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna assume that my shot is just high enough to avoid the 2 or 3 trees that are in front of me. But I don't want to be aimed towards the water on the left side. There is the chance that that is the circumstance. So, I'm gonna do like an impact adjustment where it's like, it's high and then also with a small touch of fade. So that even if I lose power on my shot, then there's a better chance that my shot will clear the trees. First, let's scout for lie. Okay, that doesn't sound bad. Alright. Okay. My only fear now is my shot is drawing towards the tree line on the right. If it is, then that means that I'm going to be given probably a higher club than what it might necessarily take to get to the hole. So let's scout and see if I'm given a high club. Also, that might mean that, well, I lost a little bit of power along the way, and I actually need the driver to get there. 2, 3, 4, 5... this is interesting. So I was given either the 5 or the 6 iron. Now, okay. Let's see. This hole, depending on the flag that I got, is either about 580 away or like 560 away. Because you either get front flag or you get back flag in normal tournaments on this hole. So, if I assume maximum power on both shots, then, let's see, 200 plus... Let's be generous, no, there's zero way. There's zero way I would be given a 5 iron unless there was a reason for it. So, I'm just gonna, yeah, take the driver in stride and then maybe do something like a fade shot. Slight nudge. And then do a fade, because I might be against this tree line. I don't know. That sounds like I might actually be in a hazard, but it didn't sound like that when the ball landed. Maybe semi-rough. That might be it. 3 wood, just to be safe. Because I think there is the chance that Waluigi with the driver can get a single frame impact zone from semi-rough. I'm not 100% on that, but it is possible. Alright, that's different. A 3 wood is different. That to me suggests that the auto accuracy failed. It sounds like I landed in the water. That's interesting. Okay, so... And I added a fade there too, so... What might have happened is I might have actually overhit. I might have. I don't know, though. I'm freaking blind. Alright, let's scout for distance. Let's see. Sandwich! Okay, now let's scout to see if it's an approach or if it's a full shot. It's not a full shot. Otherwise, that would be like 60 clicks. And this is like 30. So what I think happened was I overshot the green entirely. It's front flag, and so the game drops me. It drops me between the back of the green and the water hazard that's behind the green, and I'm shooting back towards the front. So I'm gonna do like a half shot. Okay. This music suggests that we're coming up to a bogey putt. Perhaps double bogey. No, wait, because 1, 2, 3, water hazard 4, 5. So this is shot number 6. Distance scouting. We're close, boys. Bogey. Not too shabby. Bogey with a water hazard means par under normal conditions. Not horrible. Alright, hole 5. This is a hole even if I'm not blind. I don't especially like. And you know what's weird is, I haven't been factoring for the possibility of wind at all. Because I can't see! I can kind of, sort of, I mean, if I turn this up even louder, then I could maybe hear the tiny traces of wind if it should exist, but I'm not sure if you're actually able to hear it if it's at only 1 meter per second. Though it could go up to 2. Okay, slight nudge of aim rightward, just so that there's a little more room to work with, you know, so that I'm not, like, aiming right at the tree line or some crazy shit like that. I don't want to get too close to those trees on the left. Okay, so that tells me that auto is not being horribly reliable right now, because that click, that first click there with the distance means that you got within 1 frame. And so then if the auto accuracy is within 1 frame as well, then that means the game should say, nice shot, regardless of where it goes, at least in this game. That's different from Mario Golf N64. Okay, let's scout for club. 3-wood. Okay, that sounds about right. Because usually from full power, you would be given either a 3-wood or a 4-wood. In this case, a 3-wood. Okay. This is a dicey shot because if I underhit and I end up rightward, there's a water hazard there. But honestly, I think I have to have faith. Because the green slopes leftward. Granted, still, it is better to be left than right here. This is difficult. I should be in the fairway, so this should be like a good lie shot. Please be kind, Auto. Okay, approach. This might actually be better than if I was given a putt, because I have no idea what to do with it. But let's scout for that. Let's see. What the crap? 13. Okay. Shoot, was it possible I was given the putter? Okay, here's another test you can do to see if you're on the fringe. Now, if you're given an approach, what happens is if you press A and Waluigi makes a noise, that means you don't have the putter. That means you're in approach distance. But if you have the putter, Waluigi does not grunt, or whatever character you have does not grunt. Alright, so let's check out proximity. Now, by default, generally, the game will give you a middle putt. At least for normal greens, so... Okay. 11 or 12. That's not a lot. So this is basically like... I don't know what to make of this. Let's just do a short shot, a relatively short shot and see what happens. Okay, I guess that was quite a bit too hard. Yeah, because there was a pin shot and that still kept rolling for a ways. Maybe I had the long putter. I don't know. It'll be interesting as hell to look back at this after I'm done. It'll be interesting as all fuck. Alright. $19. I must not be that far away, honestly. The problem, though, is there's slope. Now, if it turned out that I went leftward, then that means I'm going uphill. If I landed rightward, then that means I would be coming back. Now, okay, there's there's 4 different situations that could give me an educated guess on how to adjust my putt. If I was short and left, and I'm coming back up, wait a minute, but I got a pin shot, so that kind of throws me off. Because otherwise, then that means your ball would curve left as you're going uphill. If you're far and left, that means the ball curves right, and vice versa. Rocket science, fellas. This is Mario Golf Blindfolded. All right, let's just hope to God we get the distance right. I feel like that was undercooked. Not by much, though. Bogey. Okay, honestly, I will accept bogeys. This is really freaking hard. This is really hard. Alright. I will accept bogeys. Okay, but I gotta pick up the pace, though. This is only hole 6. Alright. God damn. Okay. There we go! God bless Auto. I'm not sure if that was perfect auto too, but one way or the other. Okay. Excellent. So yeah, by my understanding, a full shot like that should be still on fairway. Forward. Okay, that sounds about right, because in a typical speed run, when we do a low shot with power, we are given we typically have a 3-iron to the green. Which is intentional, of course, because the 3-iron is the lowest and strongest club in your well, next to your driver, it's the lowest and strongest club in your bag. So, you know, that makes it great. That makes it great for speed runs. Anyways, okay, forward. So, not bad. Seems about normal. Okay, maybe I want to lose some power, so I'm just going to soften up the landing. And this will probably be aggressive, but that's not bad. Because that does mean we're on the green. Okay. Okay, so that was like... It was a kind of a blur, but that's a lot. Okay, somewhere between 35 and 40. So, this is like... between half and 3/4. Okay. So that's close to a full putt. Probably, since it's more likely than not I have a shot, which means I'll most likely have an uphill putt, which probably means I'm going to miss this, but cross our fingers. I think that's too short. That sounded like it traveled a ways, though. Alright. Okay. 7 clicks, so... That sounds like about 5-ish feet. No. Probably 2 meters. Ugh! There had to have been a little bit of slope there. Either that, or that was, like, right on the cusp of, like, hitting, like, just soft enough. Either way, a hell of a putt for par. Okay, hole 7. Nice, big, delicious par 3. Okay, by my understanding, regardless of the flag I get, I should have a 4-iron. So, 4 ticks up. 4 clicks up, yep. Which, that poses a problem, because that does not logically tell me whether I have back flag or center flag. Either way, though, a full shot is generally going to be too aggressive. So I'm gonna hedge my bet based on what I hear.
Nice shot.
I think this is still gonna go too far.
Nice on. Birdie.
Green and red! Alright, good shit, boys and girls. Okay. I think we're far away, though. Unless we got back flag. Unless we were lucky and got back flag. Holy shit! Yes, dude! And Lamau. What was that, like, 5-foot putt, maybe? Holy shit. Par 3s are working well for us, ladies and gents. Alright, hole 8. Okay. I know that if I hit this, like, at full power, then the ball is probably going to land, like, it starts out that there's bunkers scattered along the right side, and then on the left, it's like for the first 200 yards, it kind of goes out nice and flat, and then from left to right, it slopes down fairly sharply. I want to avoid that sharp slope there, because that will do some relatively unpredictable things to the trajectory of the second shot. So, let's just proceed as normal, because the wind is still not very strong. I seem to be getting better at timing here. Yes, I am definitely getting better at timing here. I'm telling you, this is some good-ass practice. And I can guarantee you if I tried the same thing in Mario Golf N64, it would be a lot worse of a time because, well, the elevation changes of the holes and the wind and like the weather conditions, even early on, are generally worse. Okay. Let's scout for power for club here. 5-iron. Okay. That sounds about right. That suggests to me this. I mean, I did get most of my power from my drive, so there's a chance that this is actually back flag. In which case, well, we're kind of SOL. But if it's front flag, then we'll praise the Lord. I mean, okay, so what do we do if we underhit? If I underhit. Now, by my understanding, if this is front flag and I'm given a 5-iron, then that landing point is going to be pretty damn close to the hole. So it would behoove me to underhit and just let the ball go. And then my landing point, if I got back flag, would probably be behind the, would probably be in front of the hole, which I would definitely need all the power I can muster. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, yeah, that definitely is the telltale sign of a good lie. Okay. I'm gonna take the liberty and do an impact adjustment and see what happens. That sounded like it took a pretty damn soft landing. So that to me sounds like we hit the fairway in front of the green and we have front flag and we're putting for birdie. So I know what you're saying. I'm gonna guess what you're saying. You're saying hacks. Well, I'll show you how dark this godforsaken thing is, you know, after I'm finished with the round here, because this, for me, is a sleep mask, and sleep masks do a pretty damn good job at eliminating all those, like, constellations of you know, lights that I've got in my room, of all the electronics that I have set up, you know, while all the lights are off. So that's for such reasons I have a sleep mask, which for this purpose is doubling as a blindfold. All right, hole 9. Let's go. All right, par 5. Now, I might want to nudge my aim ever so slightly right, because if I'm not mistaken, the game kind of aims you a little left to center of the fairway, which that area sort of tapers a little bit towards the tree line on the left. So, for safety's sake, I'm aiming a little bit more right. I think I'm getting my timing down. Like, I can hear almost kind of like a little whoosh. Like, there's a sort of a whoosh when the swing goes, and when you hear like the pitch change a little bit just before the grunt, then that's your full power. Alright, so... Alright, I'm given a driver. So that suggests to me that the game is aiming me, like, along the area just in front of the creek. And for this purpose, I honestly don't want full power. So if I get anywhere close to full power, then I'm definitely gonna add, like, a low draw to reduce carry. But I'm not going to try too hard to reduce distance here, because if I reduce it too much, then that could jeopardize my chances at reaching the green. So that feels like about a 5/8 or 3/4 shot. Feels like it. Okay. Alright. And then if all went to plan, I probably have approximately a long iron, let's say. 3 iron. Excellent. Okay. Alright, let's crank this puppy. Let's crank this puppy to the max. Well, if I do, then I'm gonna lower the shot a little bit, because that'll reduce the carry significantly. 3 iron is pretty low. I'm gonna leave this. I might have overshot it. I don't know.
Nice on. Birdie.
Okay, excellent. Alright. I have a feeling this is going to be a very interesting putt. I don't think I'm close this time. Okay, reasonably close. Reasonably close. Okay. That was about 20 marks, which... I'm trying to remember how the scale goes here, but I think every tick on this in Japanese version is about 0.2 meters. So, no, wait, that can't, yeah, that seems about right. Okay, so this is not a long putt, but I have a feeling there is a little bit of slope, so I'll probably still miss this. Seems like I don't get terribly close. Okay. I must be, like, just outside of the grunt range. You know what I mean?
Nice par.
Par's good. I'm trying to remember how many bogeys I have at this point. Crap, I lost count. I know I had... I think I'm doing better than +4 so far. I know I had a couple of birdies and probably 3-ish bogeys, so I think I'm at +1. I can't remember. Either way, we're doing good. This is better than I imagined I would be doing. Alright. Now, I know if I just crank this as I'm given, if I did say a power shot here, which, speaking of which, I haven't used any power shots yet, but I might be inclined to use one because this hole is long. So, but I'm not going to do it for my drive because I know darn well that doing so would probably land me in the water hazard up front if I got maximum distance. And if I didn't get maximum distance, I would lose my power shot, so Bob's your uncle. Yep, good old Uncle Bob. He touched me in uncomfortable places. Add a little fade to this ball. I'm just kidding. He was a good guy. He's a good guy. Alright. Wow, I'm giving a 3-wood. That's interesting. Okay, so that means that we got a lot of power out of this. Okay, excellent. Now, 3-wood. Okay, so I'm trying to remember the 2 flag locations here. I know there's one that's approximately in the center, and there's one I think that's in the back. I don't think there's a front flag location for this hole in normal tournaments. So I have a lot of room for the ball to roll, if necessary. I think just playing, like, relatively close to full power should do nicely. Okay, good, good. This is going to be slightly risky. I should have probably played a high shot instead, but we'll see. That's that rumble that I felt sounds like I landed in rough, maybe. Okay. Or... Okay. So, about 15 ticks. Okay, so this... I think what happened was I made my shot too low, and so I caught the rough, I think on the right side. And so I'm not too far away. Okay. So, not too much power here. Maybe a little bit of lower shotness just to be safe. Okay. Wow, I must have been really close.
Nice par.
I will take pars all day, every day. Because I think I'm at +4 or better. Okay, hole 11. This hole kind of sucks. Because it's long and uphill, and... Alright, so... If this is back flag, I'll be given the driver. If this is center flag, I'll be given the 3-wood. We have to scout for that, because that's important. 3-wood, excellent. Okay, so if I... Alright, so here's what's going to happen. If I get full power, like close to full power, then I have to take intervention and lower this shot. But if not, then I might just be safe to let it go. Maybe I'll... See, the problem with heightening the shot is either I would increase the carry, or it would make it so that if I land on the downslope, then, well, hell knows where the ball ends up going. I would prefer the ball to, like, have the room to roll a little bit. Although I do dearly miss the ability to add topspin and backspin. Or use power shots for that matter. Alright, let's see here.
Nice shot.
I hope I made this low enough. I don't think I did. This is probably going to roll, like...
Nice on.
It's on the green. Oh, dear God. I don't like where this is going. Okay. So... It really doesn't matter if I have a short or a middle putt here. It really doesn't matter. I just gotta go by how much meter I have. This either means... No. Okay. I would not be given a middle unless I had at least 1/3 of the meter to work with. Or rather, like 1/4, so... There's no way. I must have gotten, like, insanely lucky. Like, I must have gotten insanely lucky. This must be a short putt that is, like, inside 10 feet, or 3 meters. So, we're just gonna treat it as such, and if it goes in, awesome. If not, then well.
Nice bird.
These par 3s, boys! And you know what? Those were the holes I was the most scared of, because IRL, these par 3s suck. Alright. Excellent. Okay. Let's see here. Hole 12. Alright, so I know that I'm going to be positioned a little bit, like either center or a little right of center here. This is again a relatively wide fairway, but the elevated green and the water hazard on the right are things to look out for, as well as the few scattered trees that are on the left side. So adjust my aim a little bit leftward. I don't know if that did a whole lot, maybe slightly bit more. And then we'll just proceed as normal. Slight fade, maybe, for great justice. That sounds really good, unless the ball somehow managed to, like, roll into rough after those first couple bounces, but I have my doubts. Let's scout for club. Now, normally, I think I would get, like, a lawn iron, but let's check that. Driver. Interesting. Either I'm on a weird slope or something is going on. Okay. Maybe I don't want full power here. But then again, maybe also I shouldn't take this for granted. Let's see what happens. Let's just let this go as is.
Nice on.
Okay, putting for birdie. Glorious. Okay. So this is either like a 50-foot... no, this is... Okay, so this is either like a 6-meter short putt or a 20-meter middle putt. And I'm somewhat more inclined to think it's a short putt, but this is a big green. And if I got back flag and I landed in the front, then that could be bad news bears. So we're going to have to add some delay here. Awesome, we're close. So that was probably a short putt because, you know, going a few frames one way or the other on a middle putt will not leave you that close. Tap in. Par. Brilliant. Grade A, grade A. Alright, hole 13. I'm a little nervous about this one, not gonna lie. Please, dear God, give me left flag. Because that's actually a flat putt if I'm close there. Whereas, I could be here all day if I got right flag and I'm in the wrong spot. Okay. The question is, I mean, it's a par 5, so I really have almost no reason to use my power shots unless I have a notion that I'm, you know, too far away after my second shot. Now, normally the game will aim you kind of towards the right half of the fairway here. So I'm going to nudge a little bit left. Freaking auto, dude. What are you going to do? Okay. Should give me a driver again. Something tells me maybe I'm not in the best of lies this time. That sounded short. Okay, we're just gonna have to escape this the best we can. Whoosh wham! That sounds like I still got decent hang time on that. I don't know. Okay. Three iron. Okay, wait, let's think about this. Depending on the kind of distance that I got on my first two shots. Okay, so right flag is 487 from the tee. Left flag is 495 from the tee. Now, assuming I got almost perfect distance, but not the best impact, not the best impact zone, not the best sweet spot thingy on the drive. So that's got to be a good 210 off the tee, and then I probably still got a decent chunk out of the drive on the second shot. It's not like I sliced or did anything stupid like that, because in the Japanese version, if you egregiously mishit outside the impact zone, your character grunts. So, you know, sans grunt means that things went well. So, wait a minute, I'm using auto, what does that matter? Okay, anyways. So, 3 iron. Now, this is going to be going uphill either way, so I think for added safety, I'm going to hit this one high. This sounds about normal. Maybe not a perfect line, but sounds not bad. Okay.
Excellent.
Holy shit! Tap in.
Nice bird.
That might have been right flag for all I know, but if I was close enough, then it scarcely matters unless I egregiously overhit or underhit. That might have been the best hole of the entire round. Holy fuck. This is life-changing. I hope it's just as life-changing for you guys. Alright, hole 14. This one sucks, because, okay, you have two flags. You either have one that is, like, kind of in the center behind the tree, or you have one that's on the right side. And I don't think I'm able to tell until my second shot. And the game aims you in slightly different areas correspondingly, so the wisest course of action is to just play your normal shot. Maybe not quite at the fullest of power, because there's a chance the ball could trickle into the rough on either side. Okay, so next thing's next. 3 wood. Alright, scout lie. This sounds like we're in a good lie. Honestly, I couldn't tell you whether I'm being aimed straight at a tree or not, but even if I am, then we'll know. I could tell from the sound if I'm hitting a tree. I think one way or the other, hitting a high shot is going to work wonders here. Okay. Alright, I had to test to see whether it was a putt, if it was a fringe putt or an approach or some other shot, because the music would change if I was on the green outright, and there'd be nice sound and then birdie putt music. So this suggests to me that I'm off the green. Hopefully not with the tree in the way. Okay, let's scout distance. Not terribly long. Here's hoping the tree's not in my way. I have an idea. I'm gonna do a low chip here. I figured that might make it hard, but maybe the pin shot helped. Oh yeah, you bet your ass it did. Okay. This is fucking insane. All right. Now, to be honest, it's like, okay, I don't think this is gonna go beyond this course. I think Sands is just gonna be like even more god tier, insane, possibly hard, and I'm not gonna make the cutoff because, you know, the wind is even worse, the holes are even worse, and just, yeah. I don't know. Something tells me that I wouldn't be able to do Sands this way either, but that'll come another time. That'll come another time. Maybe I'll try Blindfold Sands. Because there's you know, at least one other thing I want to do for this stream anyway. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, hole 15, so I think regardless, I'm giving a 4-iron, depending on... Wait. No, that's not right. Okay, so I'm either giving center flag or front flag. Like front right. And if it's front right, I'm giving a 4-iron. If I have center flag, I'm giving a 3-iron. Okay, so this is front flag. So here's what's gonna happen is, if I underhit this, like, by what I estimate to be a decent amount, I'm gonna do a low shot and hope that I still carry a decent amount with this ball going downhill and it rolls more. But if I retain most of my power, then I'm gonna make this ball land more softly. I think this was undercut, but we'll see. I don't think I'm far away, if this is front flag, as I've surmised. Okay. So this is definitely going to be uphill. This green is virtually all uphill. So I'll have to wait even longer. So this is going to be... Let's see. Oh, wait. Okay, so a full 3/4 is 45. And that was about 20-something, so... I'm gonna, like, visualize in my mind that I need 30 frames. So, because of how far uphill this potentially is, and well, you can overhit by 2 meters if your line is good. So, let's see here. 30 frames means half the meter. I think we undercooked it. Hopefully not by much. Okay, that sound means I overcooked it. Now we're close.
Bogey.
Alright, so that was the first bogey we had in a while, but that was just faulty putting sense. Hopefully the cheese not wearing off. But given that I had a few really good birdies recently, I think we're still on track. Alright, hole 16. Now I know that without spin, just about no matter what I do with an unpowered shot, I'm not gonna land in the water. So unless I like horrifically duff the shot, but even then I would lose so much distance that I would just simply not land in the water. So this is hard. Okay. Okay.
Nice shot.
This should be okay. Yeah, because in my speedruns, I tend to do a low power shot with a slight bit of draw to make it so that I'm relatively close to the edge. Now, I should have approximately a 4-wood, if things are optimal. 3-wood, okay. So that means either back flag, my lie's not the best, or I found a way to lose a bit of power. Via maybe, imperfect auto. 3-wood. But I think this feels like an aggressive 3-wood. Like, this 3-wood is relatively close to the landing point is pretty close to the flag, so it's gonna... Yeah, I don't want full power necessarily. Okay. Maybe I added too much fade. I don't know. Only one bounce. Okay, so that's just to me that the ball bounced off into the back, and I'm probably in the rough. Okay, approach distance. Okay, so that's not bad. Alright. Maybe if I didn't adjust the impact point, that could have been good distance. Alright, par putt. That must have been pretty aggressive. Okay.
Nice par.
Good par save. I'll take it. I definitely think I could take pars. Okay, hole 17. The big motherfucker. Alright. Now, the fairway is pretty darn wide, but I'm gonna definitely get mixed signals here. If I play this correctly, then a relatively long but conservative drive down the middle / left of center means that I'll have a clear full drive to okay, so here's how the hole's contoured. So it goes out a little bit left of straight, slightly downhill, and it does this for about 220 yards, and then it doglegs right and down, and then it comes back up. And this stretch is probably, I don't know, not quite 200 yards maybe, but so that suggests to me that another 1-wood or 3-wood or something like that will get me up to the next major point, and then from there it's 150 to the flag. So I'm gonna nudge my aim a little bit left to give myself more room. Maybe a fade for good measure. Maybe a quarter of a fade for good measure. Okay. 4-wood, interesting. I don't know what to make of my situation. I might not have a great lie. Maybe I over-aimed initially, but I'm hoping that the fade would take care of that problem. Either that, or maybe I added too much fade. And so maybe I'm further right than I would have liked to have been. Not sure. But I'm definitely gonna... I'm gonna hit like a high fade here. That should avoid most contingencies. Alright. 5 iron. I think we're on the right track here. So I think a relatively full shot should just... It should be okay. Maybe I'm gonna... Yeah, maybe I'm gonna add some loft to this just to, like, soften it up.
Nice on. Birdie putt.
I couldn't really hear a bounce, so I'm not really sure what happened, but... And there's definitely some persnickety slope on this green, so... Whether I get this birdie or not, I have my doubts, but we'll see. $22. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So, it's another one of these sort of like middle of the road kind of either short or middle putts here. This is interesting. Most likely, this is uphill. So I have to do like a little bit of delay, but not a whole lot. Hard to tell what happened there, honestly.
Nice ball.
I'll take it. I'll take 12. Okay. Alright, well, it's the 18th hole, so might as well burn up those power shots. Add a little fade. Let's go for some great justice. Hopefully I didn't catch the big hill on the left side there. Alright. I should have approximately like a short wood to the green here. Like a 4 wood, maybe 3 iron. 4 wood, excellent. Now depending on where the flag is, probably center flag. I know that's one of the options. So there's a potential for this ball to roll a fair bit depending on where I land. Alright, we're playing this safe. We're doing a high shot. This will still roll a decent amount, but I'm confident it'll stay on the green. Interesting. We're on the fringe. That is weird as hell. Okay. Distance. Okay, so this is either a pretty darn big short putt or a pretty darn big middle putt. Either way, I have to hit this kind of hard. Alright, no idea what happened.
Nice ball.
Alright, let's see how I did. Ah, holy mother of fuck, that's bright! Ah, Jesus. Fucking hell. Alright, so yeah. Yeah guys, this thing was dark. Yep, this thing was dark. Oh my god. Grade A0. So yeah, this was a choppy start for sure, but very respectable comeback thereafter. I'm mighty pleased. I am severely pleased. This is better than I could have hoped for, and I'm super interested to see what sort of chat was going on. Alright, let's see. Okay, hacks, let auto knowledge insane, 17, stuff. Thank you for the host, Mason. Appreciate it. Yes, I do have chat windows, so that's nice. Alright, A Lamau. Ah, that's going on YouTube for sure. That was really fucking good. That was really fucking good. Okay. Alright. Just do a little bit of iris recovery.
And the award goes to...
Holy moly. I think I might have actually gained night vision. You know, the whole cones and rods sort of shit. I think all you need is like 20 minutes of dark exposure, and from what I can tell, that whole endeavor probably took a good hour. Like, no doubt, that probably took at least an hour. Alright. Let's see. What be the times? We are up for 2 hours and 20 minutes. That is some grade A shit. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Okay. Alright, one more great meme thing.